Have you ever felt instant regret after opening your wallet for a luxury item? Most of us are throwing money out the window for frivolous things, just to gain a few moments of illusory satisfaction. Do you truly own that object? Or is it the object that owns your life? There is a secret to lasting wealth that lies not in how much you earn, but in a bitter lesson from a toy whistle, learned by one of the greatest minds in history. The answer to your financial and inner peace lies at the end of this story, where a childhood mistake completely changed the destiny of a nation. The streets of Philadelphia, in the early 18th century, were filled with the sunlight of a festive holiday. The clatter of carriage wheels on cobblestone streets mingled with the murmur of people taking their strolls. Inside the pocket of 7-year-old Benjamin, copper coins clinked against each other, creating a joyful, metallic melody. This was a small fortune, gifted to him by relatives for the holiday. Benjamin walked with the exhilaration of a child, holding the power of self-determination over his own desires. For the very first time, he had no specific plan, nor any calculation of value. All Benjamin knew was that he had money, and the world outside had countless things to offer. As his footsteps approached a small toy shop on the corner, a shrill and sharp sound pierced through the street noise. Benjamin stopped in his tracks. Across the way, another boy held a tiny copper whistle to his lips, blowing long, proud blasts to Benjamin. That sound was nothing less than the most magnificent music in the world. He stood frozen, his eyes fixed on the small object producing that sound. An intense longing seized the 7-year-old's mind. Everything around him blurred. There was only the whistle and its enchanting sound. Benjamin rushed straight into the toy shop. He didn't ask the price, nor did he look at other items to compare. He took all the copper coins from his pocket and placed them on the shopkeeper's wooden counter. The shopkeeper looked at the money, then at the boy with a look of surprise, but quickly swept the coins into a tray and handed the whistle to Benjamin. The boy took the item with hands trembling with joy. Benjamin ran all the way home, the whistle sounding incessantly during the entire journey. He felt like the happiest person on earth, but dinner at the Franklin household took place in the presence of his older brothers and sisters. When his brothers asked Benjamin how much he had paid, the boy confidently replied that he had given all the coins in his pocket. A brief silence fell over the room, followed by bursts of laughter. They pointed out that the money he had spent was enough to buy at least 4 or 5 similar whistles at any other shop. They listed countless better toys, finer books, and sweeter candies he could have owned. If he had only understood the value of money, the initial joy on Benjamin's face vanished, replaced by a sense of deep humiliation and regret. Benjamin looked down at his hands, then at the whistle lying alone on the table. He burst into tears. Years later, when Benjamin Franklin had become a renowned politician, scientist, and philosopher, he still observed the world around him through the lens of that childhood. Whistled he saw men willing to trade the peace of their families for hollow titles, women trading their health to chase unnecessary luxury fashion, and politicians trading their honor for temporary power. Franklin recorded these observations in his letters. He saw people paying too much for the whistle. Everywhere, the image of young Benjamin Franklin crying over the costly whistle is the seed of financial and life wisdom we need to plant in our consciousness. In a modern world filled with flashy advertisements, do not let fleeting desires seize your most precious fortune, your inner peace, as a companion further along this journey. I want to tell you, before deciding to trade your time or effort for anything, stop for a beat and ask yourself, if the price is truly worth it. Wisdom lies not in how much you own, but in never having to regret what you have given up. Keep your mind clear, so that you never have to pay too high a price for a frivolous whistle. Plant one more seed of wisdom for your soul every day by clicking subscribe and joining us on this journey. Thank you for listening.